If you feel stuck in your life, everything is gray, you are unhappy, it seems like everything and everyone is against you, you kind of numb, then this video or this episode is for you. Hello, hello, my fellow souls. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, or if you're listening to this as podcast, welcome back to the Mama Hack podcast. I am Christina, lifestyle coach, and if you're interested in changing your life, transforming your mindset, or decluttering, which is my special interest, then this channel is exactly for you. Today, we're gonna speak about gratitude, and I'm literally not kidding. It was one of the tools that helped me to become the better, more happy version of myself. In the intro of this video, I named a few things like feeling unhappy, everything seems gray, everything and everyone is against you, and this is exactly how I felt. I just felt that my life has no meaning, no joy. Everyone around me just seemed to have a better life than me, and I was super unhappy. I felt horrible. I wasn't enjoying the moment, I wasn't enjoying the ride. I just kind of didn't see like the purpose of anything, and then I found one book that literally changed my life. This book that I'm going to speak about, I think it's highly underrated on social media. I don't think I've ever seen it anywhere. Yet, I know that it had a big influence because the author speaks about it and about the movement that he created. And this book is called A Complaint Free World. This book is a gem. It's written by Will Bowen. I'm gonna link it down below as well. And this book is basically one of the things that completely changed my view on life, my chemistry of the brain. It just like when I read it, it was so simple but so influential, and I want to share with you what I learned from that book and then how I applied it to my life and how it just drastically changed everything what I do. By the way, this book is super short, so I think that you should definitely read it. And now to what I learned from it. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. I said this on my social media accounts multiple times because it's so true. When you keep complaining and gossiping and seeing negative things everywhere around you, you're gonna see more of them because it just presets like a filter in your brain. And when you are so focused on the negative things, then you're gonna see one thing like that after another. It's exactly like when you want to buy something and all of a sudden you see so many people actually having it. Like if you would decide now that you want to buy a white car, all of a sudden everywhere are gonna be white cars, right? It happens. And exactly the same thing happens with your mindset. If you set your mind on negative things, you're gonna see more of them. And this actually leads me to law of attraction and to manifestation. Because let's say you are constantly focusing on negative things, then you, first of all, your energy, your vibration is just going to be lower, right? And the second thing is that if you completely focus on negative things, then you won't see that many opportunities in your life. Whereas if you're going to change your mind and you're going to be focused on the positive things in your life, you're going to keep seeing them everywhere. So, firstly, your energy will rise. Your vibration is just going to be much higher because all of a sudden you're going to be focused on all the positive things. Second, you're going to see so many opportunities around you. It's going to be just like inflow of everything good into your life just because you change your perspective, which is super crazy because the world around you is going to be basically the same. The only change that will be made will be your mind. Your mindset will change, your perspective will change, the perspective of how you view your life and your surrounding and your environment just will switch. When you're gonna focus on amazing positive things, your overall quality of life will improve because you're just gonna see the good in everything and everywhere, and you're gonna be super joyful and enjoying your life and the process. And now I would actually like to tell you how to do it. How can you reprogram your mind to be more grateful, because it's completely possible. And now on to how to do it. If you feel like your life is falling apart and you just feel like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do it. I literally have nothing to be grateful about right now. Don't worry. This is super inclusive. Everyone can be grateful. And for you specifically, if you feel like your life is falling apart and everything just is terrible and you feel stuck and in a rut, focus on the details, on the smallest things. If the smallest thing will give you a piece of joy, happiness, nice feeling, then follow it. Follow it. If you're gonna read a book and you're gonna feel that like a little of happiness, of something nice within you, something that is like making your soul happy, then follow it and be grateful about that. I'm so grateful I can read this one page of the book today. Because when you're gonna start focusing on the smallest details, that's actually what I would recommend to everyone. When you want to start being more grateful, don't focus on the big things. That's not the point. It's actually the other way around. Because with gratitude, it's about appreciating the process and the smallest things and day-to-day things that are super normal. So you don't have to wait until the big event will happen or the baby is born or you get the promotion. You can be grateful for the smallest things. I'm so grateful I can have this bowl of cereal this morning. It's so delicious. I love it. I'm so grateful I can paint my nails. It's really about the smallest things. You have to find the good things in your environment. I already spoke about that. That's another thing. You have to constantly search for the nice things. If you're gonna focus consistently on negative things, that's gonna be exactly what you're gonna see more of. And I'm not saying be super ignorant and delulu and just like ignore the negative things and the problems. No. Like, really, like, if there is a problem, you have to deal with it, obviously, and you have to be realistic with yourself. But if something is falling apart, try to find joy and happiness and something positive, maybe in other areas of your life. Find something that you can be grateful for when something isn't going quite well. When you want to change your life, you have to change your identity because that is what is ruling your day. So, if I decide that I'm a healthy person, then every single time when I'm gonna go to the supermarket, I'm gonna be choosing the healthier food rather than going for the junk food. And if you want to be more grateful without effort, then decide that you're a grateful person. Say, I am a grateful person. I'm grateful every single day for whatever I have in my life, for the smallest details. And to support this identity, you have to advocate for it. You have to find proof or create one. And another thing, don't start big. Like, don't make it like, okay, so I am a grateful person, so now every single day I'm gonna write 20 things that I'm grateful for to my diary. You can, if you want to and if it feels good for you, but in order to create a habit and be very consistent with it, try to do the simplest thing possible. So in this case, be grateful for one thing mindfully every single day. Just one thing. Just choose one thing to be grateful about and focus on that one. And eventually, you're gonna feel like your brain is just changing and you're gonna see more things to be grateful about. And then you're gonna automatically be grateful about 5 things, about 10 things, about 20 things a day without even really trying because you were consistent at the beginning with this habit of being grateful for at least one thing per day consistently every single day without fail. And then it just became you. It became a part of your identity. And that's how I did it. And it actually worked very well for me. I honestly, I try to have like a gratitude journal, but I'm not really good at this. Like, I'm not very good at writing it down. It's rather a mindful practice of mine that is going on in my brain, and I'm not writing it on paper or sharing it with someone, or yeah, it's just going inside. And also, if you don't believe that you're a grateful person, why do you believe so? How can you change that? How can you convince yourself that you are actually a grateful person? Replace expectation with appreciation. Rather than waiting for that big moment, as I already mentioned, and expecting that something is gonna happen, appreciate what you already have at this moment and be happy for that, and celebrate yourself every single day. And I don't mean like throw party and get drunk and do some stupid things. No, no, no. So how I do it, for example, when I go to shower, I am in my mind thinking about all the great things that I did that day, and I'm just celebrating myself like, wow, you did it so great. Like it was amazing how you did that. Or if something didn't go as I wanted it to go, or it wasn't like that great of a performance, I'm like, okay, like next time it's gonna be better, but you tried your best, or you at least put in some effort, and next time it's gonna be better. You have to celebrate yourself. Who else is gonna celebrate you? You have to be your biggest supporter, your biggest fan, because that is also gonna be changing the chemistry of your brain. Then you gonna be just so like every single time when you gonna do something small, you're gonna be just like, wow, amazing, I did this so well. I'm so amazing, I'm so beautiful, I'm so whatever you want to be. And you're gonna be celebrating every single small moment, and it doesn't have to take that long. You can take 30 seconds, 30 seconds to celebrate yourself that day and to be grateful for what you've done. Also, about the expectations. Sometimes we set a goal and then eventually it doesn't end up like that, how we expected. And I'm guilty myself in this one. It's very hard for me when I have certain expectation and all of a sudden it's just like it's broken down and it's just going completely different way. Then I get very uncomfortable. But I think that's also where my journey is heading, to be grateful for having the outcome a little bit different. Because when you take it, you have a certain goal, you have a certain manifestation going on. And I believe that the universe is just leading you to where you're supposed to be. So every single time when something doesn't work out how you wanted it to be, then I believe that something greater is prepared for you and me. There is something better that the universe is saving for you, and that's the reason why it didn't work out as you expected. And even if it wouldn't work out immediately in a better way, it's just for you to be prepared for later to have the better outcome. Every single time, I just believe there's gonna be a better outcome. So far, every single time when I had certain expectation and then it didn't work out and I was sad about it, then eventually it turned out to be much better than what I expected. And I was just like, oh, okay. Universe got me there again. But yeah, I think that expectations are sometimes taking away the happiness and joy from the process, because you are so anxiously waiting for the thing to happen that you just miss out on a lot of things that are going around that you can be grateful for. And I feel you, as I said, I feel you in this one. This one is something that I am focusing myself on, because it's just, yeah, a little bit control issue, right? We know this, people, we know this. And I'm trying to release this control to be a little bit more allowing for unexpected things to happen. It's hard, but it's definitely better than it used to be. So I hope that for you as well. And if not, trust that it can happen and it can be better and the control can be released. And the last point I would like to speak about is actually a toxic gratitude, right? Like, what world would it be without a toxic side of something? And I actually got those three from Mel Robbins, so credits to her. I'm sorry, all the parents. I am not a parent yet, but I am very sure it's gonna happen as well for me. But parents do this quite often, shaming for what what wasn't done because they did something for you. But I think it's not like people do it sometimes, right? It just slips, but you shouldn't do it on a regular basis. When, for example, you do something nice for someone else, and then you want something from them, and you use the gratitude like, I did this for you, so you should be better grateful for it, and you do this now what I want. And it's using gratitude in a really nasty way. I am sure that it's sometimes very hard when you have kids and when you're just like super exhausted and you want something, and then you just like feel like you gave them your all. No shame to you. I understand it I understand it. It's very difficult, but try to eliminate it. Try becoming more aware of it, even if you don't have kids and you do it, because using gratitude for such a not nice purpose is wasting of a potential of this beautiful thing. So rather show your kids how to be grateful in more positive way, or show people around you how to be grateful in a more positive way. The second one is being grateful in a situation that is just not aligned with you anymore. So let's say you are in a relationship where you're super unhappy. You just don't want to be in a relationship, but then you are like, yeah, I had this relationship. I'm not very happy, but I am grateful I am at least with someone. Someone loves me. Damn, no, 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 no. This is not a good way to go. Oh my god, no. Like, being realistic is good in this scenario. Like, good that you realize that you're in this scenario and it's not really serving you. It's not very good, but don't be grateful specifically for that. Find something else to be grateful about and solve this thing out. If you're approximately my age, and more specifically you are from Eastern Europe, so you can super relate, our parents' generation are those who work 60 years in one job and they hate it, maybe, and they just like not fulfilled, not at all, but they have this attitude like, I'm grateful I have a stable job, you know? And not good for them, also understandable because of the conditions they grew up in. And the third thing that I would like to say in connection to toxic gratitude is when someone is just super fake on social media. They have like, from personal, just from the personal interactions, that this person is super unhappy, their relationship is just like, oh my god, like, I would never like to be in their place. And then they post on social media and like, heaven, dream relationship, hashtag relationship goals, I'm so grateful for him. And then when you see this person in person, they're like, oh my god, like, he did this and he did that, and they keep just like complaining and gossiping about that person. But on social media, they just post like how they super happy, how they super grateful. No, you not. No, you not. Like, if you come to me in person and you like super complaining about the person, and then you post on social media how you super happy, like, okay, I guess. But no, don't do this. Don't do this. And honestly, if you're gonna be complaining all the time in a relationship, you won't make it any better. So you better rather focus on more productive communication rather than complaining all the time to your friends about how your relationship is just super terrible. Like, how will you sort out anything this way? And that will be it for today's episode or video. I really love speaking about gratitude, so there's definitely going to be some more content about it. All my social media links are linked down below, and every single thing that I mentioned as well. And if you would like one-on-one coaching with me, then DM me on Instagram and we can discuss some details. Leave me a comment, like, or follow. Have a happy day. Be grateful, spread love, and see you next time. Bye!